What is up, guys? Steve Conroy with Lug Away Junk Removal and Demolition. Today's video is about checklists. Why are we doing a video on the checklists? Because the only comments that I've been getting on Instagram after I posted the shop video are, send me your checklist. So I figured we would discuss the checklists. It's a little bit easier for me to do it on paper here instead of on the computer. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, this is the daily checklist. So I'll try and get this here for you. Nice and easy. So they come in, they sign the date, the truck that they're going to be in that day, the TL, and the navigator. So the driver and the helper. So they know what truck they're going to be in because the night before, I assign the jobs to them so that they can see what they're up against for the next day. And I let them know, you know, hey, these two are going in the 350. These guys are in the switch and go. These guys are in the JRA truck. So they know in advance. Sometimes we keep the same crews in each truck. I like to do that because then the guys can sort of have their own stuff in there. Sometimes they like to leave a sweatshirt in there. You know, you got like a bum shoulder or something. You got Advil in your truck. You know, it's always in there. Stuff like that. Obviously easy to, you know, take that stuff home with you. But it's nice when the guys know they're showing up to the same truck every day. It seems to work out well for us. So, yeah, so they'll fill that out in the morning. First things first right there. Next, hold on one sec. All right. Next, they'll go over to office supplies. This is stuff that's in the shop. So their truck keys, the fuel card, the money bag, the Sawzall, the drill, the batteries, anything that was charging overnight. Those are all office supplies. Yes, the Sawzall is a tool, but it's, you know, it's an office supply. You can see it right there. We bring them in every night, A, so they don't get stolen, B, so that we can charge them. This is the booklet that these guys get. This is what's in. So you flip this. We got our rate card. We got the money bag, a little thing for notes. We have tip sheets. We got a mask in here. This was something about yard signs that we did a while ago. So that's a booklet that they get, and that's what they're grabbing right there, the money bag. I have the cost of everything next to these because if these guys lose the truck keys, which is damn near impossible, someone's got to be held responsible. Same thing for the fuel card, same thing for the money bag. Sawzall and everything, the costs are on the toolbox portion of this checklist. So those are the office supplies. Those go out every day. Truck tools that they check out every day are as follows. I don't know if this is blurry for you guys, but 2 barrels, a broom, a shovel, a dolly, and a metal rake. Every day we check those out. I know guys that are in the business, buddies of mine, that they have the iBox, the backpack toolbox like I have on the JRA truck, the shovel, the broom, the dolly, all of the other tools that we'll talk about. All that stuff stays in that toolbox because it's enclosed. The only things that they bring out to that truck every morning is 2 barrels. And obviously, like they were doing an office clean out yesterday, on the whiteboard over there, I write, you know, switch and go, take 4 hampers, or, you know, switch and go, take 6 barrels instead of 2, whatever, you know, I need to update them with. That truck only takes 2 because it has the backpack toolbox. Every day, the other 2 trucks, since they only have a toolbox underneath the, like attached to the chassis, they take in the broom, the shovel, the dolly, and their 2 barrels every day. Reason being is because on a day like this when it's raining out and the bodies are lifted, so the rain comes out of the back overnight, I don't want the broom to be soaked so that when they go and sweep up someone's house, it gets, you know, it's already soaked from overnight. The shovels deteriorate because of the wooden handles. The dollies get super rusty. We just got to keep them out of the elements. So every morning, if they're not in the JRA truck with the backpack toolbox, they are loading broom, shovel, dolly. Metal rake is sort of something that we do that's kind of up in the air. That's always in the backpack toolbox. But for the other guys, I don't have them bring a metal rake. Oftentimes, I'll actually cross that out when I supply them with these in the morning, unless we're doing a yard waste job, which I stopped advertising for, and I love every second of that. So those are the truck tools: the 2 barrels, broom, shovel, dolly, and metal rake if need be. The truck check. This is X'd out. I'll talk about this, but I'm doing these 3 bold boxes first. As you can see, 3 of them are bold. The truck check is for tire pressure and lights. So we do not do the truck check every morning because it is redundant. I'm sure there's people out there that would say that's the one thing you should be doing every morning. I'm vigilant about checking everything before I leave. So if there's nails in tires, if there's, I don't know, nails in tires, the lights aren't, I don't check the lights before I leave, so I'm not vigilant about that. But during the day, if something were to happen, hey, the blinkers aren't working, or, one of the headlights is out or something like that, the guys will let me know. But we just don't do that every day. It's something we check probably once a week, like standing out in front of the truck, throw a blinker on. Okay, all the blinkers work on all 3 of the trucks. Great, let's check that off. It's just not something we do every day, which is why I have a big X on it so that no one's getting confused with what we do. So the bold boxes, like I have down here, beginning of day is bold boxes. So that tells the guys, focus on these 2 in the morning. And we have the list of things to do. Clock in using the Workies app. I will make a video on Workies. Don't worry. Check out the office supplies. That's that one right there. Truck check, crossed off. Re-up marketing material, business cards, flyers, door hangers, yard signs, and stakes. That's what they do at the beginning of the day. We always have marketing material in there. I aim to market during the day as long as there's time to do so. Nothing too crazy. Can do a whole nother video on that. But that's what they're doing for the beginning of the day. Now I'll go through the other 2 larger boxes on here. This is stuff that is always in the toolbox. And I will have the guys check these off every day from their memory of what did we use that day. These 2 boxes, one labeled toolbox, one labeled tool bag. Haha. These are stuff that we just don't use every single day. And I'm not going to have them go through and take a look at, do we have needle nose pliers? Do we have regular pliers? Do we have a crescent wrench? I'm not going to have them do that because it just becomes redundant. We do it once a week though. And if stuff starts to get lost, like there's like stints of time where the guys will go out and they're like, oh crap, we don't have pliers. And I'm like, well, where'd you lose them? If that happens, then it's like, okay, every day now we're going to get back into the routine of this. It's just extremely time consuming. So I'll show you what we keep in the tool bag, which is an actual bag of tools in the toolbox. It's flathead, needle nose, hammer, box cutters, channel locks, tape measure, bolt cutters. Obviously, that's not stuff that we're using every single day, but it needs to be in there because in this line of work, you use it when you need it. In the actual toolbox, we have a dustpan and brush, sledgehammer, crowbar, contractor bags, extension cord, socket wrench set, hex wrench set, extra gloves, masks, drill, sawzall, and everything that comes with. So they will check those off every day with the understanding that we are keeping an eye on stuff. Contractor bags. If you went and did a clean out and you use your roll of contractor bags, when you check all this stuff off, they understand I need to go and throw some more contractor bags in there because we used them all today. Now, do they forget? Yes. Do I forget? Yes. And it just takes one time for you to go to a clean out and go grab the contractor bags and not have them, for you to learn and say, well, we screwed up because now this job's going to take 10 hours because we have to barrel everything up. We only have 2 barrels. If we had contractor bags, we could bag it all up, fire it off the friggin' deck, and be done with this. So it'll take something like that to happen for everyone to get in the routine of like, all right, let's remember. Do we forget? Yes. Can you mitigate that by having the guys do every box on the checklist every single day? Yes, but it's extremely redundant. So as long as the lights are on in here and you got a good routine going, everything should iron itself out. So that's the checklist. When the guys come back, which is down here on the end, you got to bang out the checklist, which means check in everything that you use that day and make sure you have it. If you don't have it, circle it and let me know, hey, we dumped the barrels at the dump and we don't have them. Happens more than you think. So that's step 1. The second part of the routine is bringing in the Sawzall and drill. We bring these in every day. It becomes redundant. It's a pain, but if we used the batteries during the day, we need to charge them overnight, because if that's not the case and we bang out a shed on Monday and we leave the Sawzall in that truck and the batteries are dead, and then we go bang out a shed on Tuesday, you put the battery in, you say, oh crap, they're dead, we forgot to charge them. Similar to the whole contractor bag situation. That can be mitigated by an electric Sawzall. I don't have like a plug-in Sawzall. Well, I have one because we kept it from a job, but I don't have them because I hate using them and they're inconvenient to me. Now, it would not be inconvenient if we had one that plugged in when the batteries are dead, but that's why we need to stay focused and charge the batteries. Same thing with the drill. Anytime we're using a drill, we're doing demo. We got to de-nail or de-screw stuff, and you need the drill to do that. You know, you got to make sure that they're charged, but the drill is usually something that can stay or doesn't have to get charged like as frequently as the Sawzalls, because we use those a lot when we do demo, and we do a fair amount of demo. I asked that they clean out the truck cab of all trash. This is a huge one, because when you're switching up trucks during the week, like if I got 2 guys in the 350 and those same guys are hopping in the switch and go the next day for some reason, the last thing you want to do is hop into a truck with water bottles and snack wrappers and someone else's dirty sweatshirt from the day. Just the last thing you want to do is deal with someone else's crap. It's better to start the day off in a clean work environment, and the dump trucks, the cabs, are our work environment. So I asked that they clean out the cab of all trash. And another thing that I asked that they do is bring in the trash. I do not want them throwing it over the side of the truck, because if you got a couple empty water bottles in the back of the truck and you hit 95 in the morning, or you hit the highway, you're going wherever you're going, that stuff's going to start blowing out the back of the truck. Now we got a problem. DOT may get involved. Maybe a water bottle flies out and hits the car behind you or next to you. Doesn't make us look good, and it's just not safe. So it's easier just to bring this stuff in. Again, this stuff can become redundant. This stuff can sound kind of ridiculous, but in the grand scheme of things, the 5 seconds it takes to just throw it out in here versus in the back of the truck makes a massive difference when you're going, 70 on the highway and, there's stuff flying out the back of the truck. So they'll clean the cabs. Once they get everything checked in from out there that they use during the day, they're going to put the cash and money in the money box. They're going to park the truck, lock it, put the key away, clock out. And then they're good to go. I tell the guys, hey, listen, hang out here if you want. Once everything's done, you guys are free to go. And that's really it. So that's our routine. Every morning they come in, they check things out. They come back, they check them back in. It just keeps a head count on stuff. When you're the guy in the truck, it's just you and one other guy, you don't need this because it's all in your head. I just started using this when I hired, my true employees on. And it works because when we lose something, we can go back and say, well, okay, on, this date, you checked off that you had it. Let's correlate that. Okay, we did a shed demo. So that means that you checked it off, but you didn't actually have it. And that happens. The guys get in, they call it pencil whipping. You're just like, oh, whatever, we do this every day. But when something does happen, you have record of it, and then you have to have a meeting about it and say, listen, we can't be pencil whipping, this, that, and the other thing. Like, we lost a battery the other day. No one knows where it went. Go back to the checklist, correlate it with the jobs we were doing, found the battery, call the customer, guys go back and get it. The guys go back and get it after hours. They can go in their own car to drive and get it, and it's all in the understanding that it's just a lesson that, listen, if you forget something, it's your responsibility. You need to go and get that, or we have to go buy a new one, and the money's got to come from somewhere. So that's what we do with this checklist. I have this as a PDF. If you guys want me to send this to you, I'd be more than happy to do so. Just throw your email in the comments below and ask for it, and I'll send it over. It's really nothing crazy. I just made this up sort of off the top of my head. Like I said, I used a template that I saw in a JRA video. I don't know what video that was, but it took me a while to create, this to make it look the way it does, and, get everything on there that I wanted, but you can go in and edit it and all that stuff. So do what you want with that. That is a 17-minute video on checklists for a junk removal company. Got any questions? Give me a hoot and holler in the comments. It is a rainy day today. We got 2 trucks out banging out jobs. I am in the office doing mundane office work. Would rather be out in the field, but hey, it is what it is. Part of growing your business, you got to do what you got to do. I appreciate you guys, all the followers, all the subscribers, watching the videos, interacting with me through the comments section and on Instagram. If you got any questions or ideas for videos that you're interested in learning more about, give me a shout. Let me know. I'm always happy to help. We'll see you next time.